Welcome to the Comstock Park Track and Field 2019 rules meeting. We tried this last year doing an online version and it seemed to work pretty well, so we'll give it a whirl again this year. This online meeting will be in a Google form. I'll have one question which I'll answer at the end of this presentation, and that'll let me record who's watching this. Well, as you all know, the spring season moves pretty quick once we return from spring break, and essentially almost all of the spring sports seasons really boil down to a 6-week season. So it's pretty fast and furious once we get back. Team rules, will definitely follow the student athlete handbook. That's the Bible, if you will, of the athletic policy. We expect athletes to be at practice and meets on time. We know things come up during the course of the season, so inform one of the coaches. Myself, Coach Schneider, Coach Peoples, we're all three in the building, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of one of us. The big thing we really stress is respect yourself, your teammates, officials, and all competitors. To be honest, typically in track, we don't have too much of a problem with that. We also ask for the athletes and the parents if you can help at the middle school meets or the high school meets when your athlete events are done. As far as philosophy, track is a pretty individualistic sport. Granted, there are team goals, and each athlete is encouraged to have an individual goal for their event. Athletes are encouraged to try different events. As long as we feel they are safe performing those events, we'll let them go at it. Especially it comes down like hurdles and pole vault. They definitely need some background and training with that. The big thing we really stress is look for improvement from the beginning to the end of the season. That's the one nice thing about track and field. You can see where you start at and then where you finish. Practice times, plan on 2:45 to 4:15. Occasionally we go a little bit longer, but not very often. As far as pre-meet practices, the practices before the meets, those go pretty short because we got a competition the next day. Everybody will compete in league meets, and it looks like everybody's going to be able to compete in the invitationals, the conference, and the regional meets. One thing about the regionals, we can only enter 2 people per event, and they want the times or the distances to be competitive. Transportation for the league meets, we typically leave school at 2:45 and then return by bus after the school. If you want to transport your athlete home from a meet, have the transportation forms, fill them out. I think I've already got on there all dates and all times, so you'll be set as long as I have that. Also, when you take your athlete from a meet, if you just let one of the coaches know that they're leaving, then we'll be covered that way. We have 2 invitationals, East Grand Rapids and within the conference meet at Catholic Central. Those are pretty close to the school, so we will not provide transportation at that. A lot of times on these meets, the field event people start at 9. The running won't even start till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you're not running, you can get there early, or if you are running, there's no sense to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we'll let kids know the times they need to be there. The regional meet, I believe it's May 17th, is at Forest Hills Eastern, and I don't have an exact starting time for that, so we'll let the kids know what's happening there as we get more into the season. Some basic information. Everybody's going to run in black running shorts this year. I've already talked to the guys. Again, if they want the compression black ones, if they want 3-inch, 1.5 inch, 5 inches, that's fine, as long as they're black running shorts. We really like parents to help at our invitationals on April 13th, and we do have a league meet with Catholic Central the following Monday, and that's all the home meets that we have this year. If you're willing and can help with this, contact Mr. Spazzaro. The other thing, most of the information will be given to your students, but I also email a lot out through my Gmail account there. Also, we have a team Facebook page, a remind texting service, and as far as performances and rankings within the league, within the region, within the state, I highly encourage your athletes to check athletic.net. Well, this is the question answer, and the question is, what was the coolest car I ever owned? And it was a 1973 CUDA. And other than the rims, I actually had 5-spoke Kraggers on mine and air shocks on the rear. And this is going to date me, an 8-track with 5 speakers. So this was the coolest car I ever owned. Well, I guess that about ends this. If you have any questions, reach out to any of the coaches and we'll be happy to answer them. So good luck to all the athletes this year, and let's hope we have some decent weather for track season.